You can use marijuana in Virginia and you can own a gun, but you can't do both legally. It is a hard lesson learned this week by Deja Taylor. Her 6-year-old son shot his teacher at Rich Neck Elementary School back in January. He was using her gun. Taylor is charged in federal court with lying about her marijuana use when she bought a gun in Virginia. We took this case to 2 experts and asked, what does this mean for Virginians? 10 on Your Side investigative reporter Chris Horn has the story.
Well, if you're a normal everyday Virginian who uses marijuana regularly, whether lawfully or unlawfully, it doesn't matter. You can't possess a firearm because under federal law, as you point out, it's still illegal to even possess marijuana.
Billy Jackson just left the federal prosecutor's office in Hampton Roads. He says the choice is simple: your gun or your ganja, but you can't have both.
You are no longer allowed to possess a firearm. It's just as bad as if you were a felon or another prohibited class.
Although it's legal to smoke weed in Virginia, the feds still consider it a high crime.
The federal government still looks at the marijuana usage the same as they look at heroin and cocaine.
Portsmouth Sheriff Michael Moore used to be an ATF agent. He says the federal form you must fill out to buy a gun isn't hazy at all.
It's spelled out pretty well. And it has a warning: the use or possession of marijuana remains unlawful under federal law, regardless of whether it has been legalized or decriminalized for medicinal or recreational purposes in the state where you reside.
Deja Taylor is accused of lying on that form when she bought a 9mm handgun in July 2022. 6 months later, her son used that same gun to shoot his first-grade teacher, Abby Zwerner, in her classroom.
So that's why we have these laws on the books to hold these individuals accountable for both their own firearm possession and what kind of danger, what kind of harm flows from that firearm possession. And here, that harm that flowed from it was just devastating.
Chris Horn, 10 on Your Side.
Jackson says he has prosecuted these charges many times, and the feds have to prove you're a regular marijuana user to bring it to court. Taylor's attorneys tell us that she plans to plead guilty to the crimes on Monday.